Hello guys, let me introduce myself. My name is Rifani Jatapurna, a student in the economics program at Medan State University. Here, I will present a summary of 8 YouTube videos related to economics. Enjoy for watching guys! Video 1 explains the difference between economic growth and economic development. Economic growth is the process increasing the production of goods and services in a country in a certain period of time. Economic development is a planned effort to increase per capita income and improve the quality of life of the community as a whole. Economic growth refers to the quantitative increase in the production of goods and services measured by GDP, but does not always guarantee the equality of public welfare. Unlike economic development, which is a plain business, it is a qualitative and quantitative, aiming to improve the quality of life and the distribution of welfare as a whole. So it is considered more important because it focuses on the welfare of all people. The second video explained that Indonesia's economic growth currently reaches 5.7%, a high figure compared to other developing countries such as the Philippines and India. Economic growth is defined as an increase in the production of goods and services and national income over time, which indicates economic progress and is important over government planning and obtaining international assistance. This growth is also closely related to technological advance and is measured through indicators such as per capita income, job opportunities, and poverty reduction. On the other hand, a decline in production signals and economic downturn. The third video, Indonesia's economic development, centered on Java Island, is caused by historical, geographical, and policy factors that encourage agglomeration and infrastructure development there. This condition has created a persistent inequality in the development and distribution of resources between islands. To achieve equality, long-term planning, government commitment to invest outside Java as well as strategies to overcome existing geographical challenges are needed. The fourth video explained that Dr. K.V. Subramanian projects India to become a $55 trillion economy in 2047 with 8% growth, driven by strong domestic policies, manufacturing, and job creation. This demands dynamic reforms, ease of doing business, innovation, skills, fiscal prudence, and the active role of the state government. India, resilient to global shocks, must take advantage of China's slowdown through manufacturing reforms for quality jobs and strengthen its global position. The fifth video analyzes the economic policy of President Prabowo Subianto at the beginning of this term, late 2024, early 2025. The free nutrition eating programs were 28 billion US dollar per year, forged a large education budget cut and triggered student protests, plus the placement of military officials in important positions and an ambitious target of 8% growth by 2029. The government responded with large investments, including sovereign wealth fund Danantara, tax reform, and interest rate reduction, while taking advantage of demographic bonus. The sixth video explained about the shrinking middle class in Indonesia, which has lost almost 10 million people in the last 5 years. Even though the country's economy is growing, the main cause of this depreciation is the rising cost of living, economic uncertainty, and limited savings, which forces many people to reduce their spending and even sell assets. The seventh video discusses the revitalization of the countryside in China by young entrepreneurs who are turning agriculture into a modern organic business, attracting city tourism and utilizing social media. However, experts warn that excessive focus on the countryside without highly skilled jobs can hinder long-term growth. The last video tells the story of HR Nur Septani, 23 years old, an electrical engineering graduate, who is struggling to find a job. After 8 months and 2,245 applications were rejected, she was finally accepted as a customer service agent with a salary above the national average, thanks to career guidance, resume improvement, and new certification. The story depicts the big challenge of Gen Z Indonesia: fierce competition, skill mismatch, and high unemployment. Experts and the government emphasized the need for upskilling in the field of technology and education reform, while Icha is still determined to become an engineer. That concludes my presentations. I apologize if there are wrong words and actions. Thank you, and